Hello, and thank you once again for tuning in to On the Record with Tiffany. Well, the purpose of On the Record with Tiffany is to lift our voices. Those of us there are so many people that have similar opinions and so many with differing opinions. We need to hear all of them. And I decided to start On the Record with Tiffany to kind of give middle of the road people a chance and those on the fringes. We're more alike than we are different. So this is our opportunity to show that and showcase other ideas. And we also wanted to just show the heroes and the joy in our community and our lives. And that's why I started it. So I have one of my favorite heroes here. And her name is Angie Lewis. She is a vice president with Bank of San Antonio. She's vice president of business banking. Angie, how are you doing today?
I'm awesome. Thanks for having me on again.
Well, I wanted to follow up with you on the PPP and see, like, what are we, we've got so much going on right now. We've got COVID numbers rising. Our business community has been so impacted by this disease. I mean, this tiny little microscopic predator has basically hit every area of our lives really hard. We've been hit economically hard. We've been hit people-wise very hard. The heart of our community. You don't have an economy if you don't have people.
Right.
And the heart of our community is the people. And the number of people that we've lost to this disease is astronomical. We've never seen anything like it in the history of our nation. So,
well, and I think that what you're doing with this show is fantastic because it brings awareness. And I think that's a little bit of your purpose behind this is bringing awareness to areas of this pandemic that maybe some people are talking about and some people aren't talking about. But more importantly, just the community approach within San Antonio of what are we doing here, what's happening here, and how are we kind of coming together as a team to make that happen.
Yes.
Good things happen. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And we've been able to do that. Angie finishes my thoughts. I'm so glad that I get to have it's like we're just hanging out at my house, or which we can't do right now, but and just drinking a couple of mimosas and talking about what's going on. But tell us a little bit about what you all see. Was the PPP what we expected?
Yeah, I mean, I think definitely the first round was what we expected and probably more. I think the second round wasn't what we expected in terms of people applying for PPP. We thought it was going to go just as faster than the first round of PPP monies. But yeah, I mean, it was. And right now we're we've just been told that PPP has been extended through, August, which is great for those people who didn't apply for it. I've, had one client, I actually had a few people call me right before June 30th who said, hey, I didn't apply, but I'm realizing now that I'm the domino effect of what started and where we are now. People are starting to slow pay. And so your typical business owner, where they are going in and they're getting the work done, they're finding people to work, they're not getting paid on the back end. There's a lot of different moving parts. But
so what's the turnaround right now for business owners? Because I'm hearing the same thing. Like I just had in my day job, the building manager asked me, like, where is Texas Kidney Foundation? What are y'all going to be doing? I was like, screening for chronic kidney disease, like we always do,
So when you ask for turnaround time, what are you looking for from that?
I'm asking like when you said that they're finding people to to pay, but it's
paying.
slow.
Oh, yeah.
Are they having longer than the 30 days or the 90
I mean,
days?
I think it's, anywhere from about 30 to 60 days normally. And that's getting a little bit longer. One client I spoke with, it had been 3 months. They were waiting for some monies to come in. And so people are trying to get creative. They're going in and they're asking for lines of credits from their businesses, from the banks. They've exhausted, those who applied early have exhausted all their PPP funds. And so now they're into their real revenue, their real income of the business. And so there's some people, I spoke with a gentleman today, and he was so thankful that they had taken those PPP funds, but they're in the process of now they're about to dip into their savings, the monies that they had set aside. And so that's where most people are right now. They're if they didn't apply for PPP monies, they are starting to apply for it now, that last tranche of monies. And then if you did, you're exhausting it, and now you're into your savings. And so, but, in general, and I think we mentioned this the last time, most businesses that I talk to, most business owners that I talk to, their spirits are high. I mean, they're encouraged. And the community in itself has kind of come together. And I had a lengthy conversation with one gentleman this morning who spoke about the fact that he got 3 phone calls last week of contracts that he had, and people just putting their monthly retainer on hold. It was a marketing company here in town, and they have placed their retainers on hold. But, in that conversation that I had with him, what came out of it was how important it was as a business, in doing business right now during a pandemic, how important it is to be just forthright and honest
and transparent,
and very transparent. And business owners, how you handle business now, it says a lot about who you are as an individual and who you are as a company. Because he could have you'd been so horrible about the way he handled those broken contracts, but he didn't. He just said, "Hey, I understand. Everyone's in this situation. We're here to help you in the interim if you need help." And so he had actually provided some goodwill work to several companies within San Antonio that he had contracts with, but had stopped contracts. And so I just think that it says a lot about who you are as an individual. It says a lot about you and your company. And hopefully once we get over all this, that people come back together and are so grateful for those who were willing to work with them and to help them during a difficult time. And everyone's struggling, whether you're a business owner, or whether you're just an individual who works for a company. Everybody's struggling now. And so I just think that it's so important for us to just make sure that we are, our hearts are in the right place, and that we're treating each other, with love and respect. So.
And that's very true. I noticed when going out that people have been restless. Like, people are ready to get back out there. But unfortunately, we see big spikes in numbers of people getting infected because of all of the outings and gatherings. So in terms of business, what do you see when you're looking on the business horizon? Like, where are we?
Well, I think for service industries right now, it's really difficult. Like, so for people who go to get their hair done or their waxing done or whatever that might be, their nails, those are industries right now that are really suffering.
I love getting my nails done, but you're like terrified to go and do anything because of this disease.
Yeah, but I think just in general, as a community, we've attempted to get creative. We've attempted to make sure that we're being safe. I mean, all the places that I have gone to, most everyone, even
they're all taking safety precautions.
They are, and restaurants. We went to a restaurant on Friday for lunch, and oh my goodness, they were busy, and I was excited to see them really busy, but it was also a place that had an outside eating area, and so that outside area was much busier. But everyone's taken the proper precautions. I think business owners are trying to be just as diligent about this, the safety of their employees and then the community as they possibly can. And I was at La Cantera this weekend, and most everyone that I saw, whether they were just walking around La Cantera or they were in the stores, obviously you have to have them when you're in the stores, but even just walking around La Cantera, they all had masks on. some people had gloves on. So I think that with the uptick, people have gotten a little bit more cautious. Not that they shouldn't have been before, but they've gotten more cautious and, just continue to follow the rules. And that's what I tell people, just follow the rules. Just
and that's
be
a great
cautious.
point. That's a great point, Angie. A mask is as important as breathing is right now. You're doing a great service for yourself and for your fellow man. So if you want to be a part of the solution, then the best way to do that is for you to wear your mask and wear your gloves. And we see so many San Antonians who are doing that. And thank you to everybody who is. And to those who aren't, please consider doing so, because it's only going to help you and everyone around you. And I just want to thank our listeners and let you know to come on back and keep listening, because in the next segment, we're going to talk a little bit more about what's going on with us economically and how you can help your San Antonio community. You are listening to On the Record with Tiffany, and I'm here with my special guest, Angie Lewis. Come on back and hear what Angie has to say about how you can be a great help to us economically.